It's not about how many flowers you buy, how many good morning texts you send, or how much you bend over backwards to please her. That's the stuff most guys waste their time on. And guess what? It doesn't work. The truth is, women only fall in love with you for two reasons. Just two. And once you understand these, you'll stop chasing, stop guessing, and start carrying yourself like the man who gets chosen without begging for attention. Now, here's why this matters. A lot of men spend years in relationships pouring out their energy only to realize the woman was never really in love with them. She might have liked the benefits, the attention, maybe even the lifestyle, but deep down, she wasn't invested. And that kind of relationship will drain you. It will steal your time, your focus, and your confidence. That's why this video isn't about bashing women. It's about protecting you from wasting years chasing something that was never real and giving you the clarity to recognize what actually makes a woman fall for you in the first place. I'm going to break down the two core reasons women fall in love with a man. And I promise you, once you understand this, the game changes. You'll see exactly why some women attach themselves deeply, while others walk away without a second thought. And here's the kicker. Most men get this completely backwards. They focus on the wrong things, then wonder why she lost interest. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the two real reasons women fall in love, you'll also know how to position yourself as the man she actually invests in. Stick with me until the end, because I guarantee once this clicks for you, you'll never look at dating or relationships the same way again. Let's begin. Sign 1, your personality. Let me hit you with something that might sting a little because most men don't want to hear it. If you think women are falling in love with your money, your looks, or even the way you dress, you're setting yourself up for a painful reality check. Those things can grab attention, yes, but attention is not attraction, and it's definitely not love. Here's the truth. What makes a woman fall deeply for you is your personality, and at the heart of that is your emotional stability. Now, let's break that down. Most guys mess this up because they confuse confidence with cockiness or masculinity with aggression. They think being the man means acting tough, flexing money, or trying to dominate every situation. And women might play along for a while. But deep down, that's not what makes them stay. What women actually crave is a man who is calm under pressure. A man who doesn't lose control when things get rough. A man who doesn't let his entire day collapse because she didn't text back in 5 minutes. Ask yourself honestly, how many times have you overreacted to something small? Maybe she pulled away for a day and you started panicking, blowing up her phone, thinking you're losing her. Or maybe you got jealous because she mentioned another guy and instead of playing it cool, you snapped, got passive-aggressive, or started arguing. Let me tell you why that kills attraction. When you lose emotional control, she loses trust in you. She doesn't feel safe in your presence. And a woman will never fall in love with a man she doesn't feel safe around. Now, flip the script. Imagine you're the guy who doesn't flinch when life throws chaos at you. She's upset. You stay calm. Something goes wrong. You look for solutions instead of spiraling. She tests you with her words or actions. You respond with humor and composure instead of anger. That's the man she can lean on. That's the man who makes her feel secure. And security is what allows attraction to grow into love. Here's the mistake most men make. They put women at the center of their lives instead of putting themselves and their goals at the center. They wake up thinking about her, not about their mission. They're scrolling her social media, not building their business. They're desperate for her validation instead of validating themselves through purpose and progress. And then they wonder why she doesn't respect them. Let me tell you why. Because deep down, women know that a man with no direction is a man who cannot lead. And if she can't respect you, she can't fall in love with you. So what do you do? Simple, but not easy. Stop making women your mission. Start building yourself into a man with purpose. Live a life that excites you with or without her. When your focus is on your goals, everything changes. Confidence isn't something you act out. It becomes natural because you know where you're going. Leadership flows without effort because you're already leading yourself. Even humour becomes easier because you're not living in constant anxiety over whether she likes you. And that right there is why personality is the foundation. It's not about being the funniest guy in the room or the best dressed or the smoothest talker. It's about the energy you carry, the calm you project, and the direction you're moving in. So, let me ask you this. If a woman met you today, would she feel like she just stepped into the presence of a man with a mission? Or would she feel like she just met another guy trying way too hard to impress her? Because the answer to that question determines whether she gives you her attention for a night or her heart for a lifetime. Stay with me, because the next reason women truly fall in love is one that almost no men ever think about. And it's even more powerful than personality alone. Before we go deeper, just do one thing for me. Hit the like button. If this is already hitting something real, what's coming next will hit even harder. Let's keep going. Sign 2. Her investment, the hidden force. Now, let's talk about something most men completely overlook. And it's honestly one of the most powerful reasons why a woman actually falls in love with you. It's not just about who you are. It's about how much she invests in you. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about time, energy, and emotions. Because here's a psychological truth that never fails. People value what they invest in. Think about it for a second. Let's say you buy a pair of cheap shoes. They cost you almost nothing. You wear them, toss them around, and when they rip, you don't care. You just throw them away. But what if you saved for months, spent real money, and invested into those shoes? You'd clean them, protect them, and treat them differently. Relationships work the same way. If a woman has barely invested in you, she can leave without looking back. But if she's poured her emotions, time, and energy into you, walking away feels like ripping a piece of herself out. Now, here's the mistake most men make. They do all the investing while she does almost nothing. You're texting first, planning every date, buying gifts, rearranging your schedule, bending over backwards, and she's just showing up when it's convenient for her. Guess what? She doesn't value you the same way because she hasn't sacrificed anything. And if she hasn't invested in you, her attachment will always be weak. That's why so many men end up heartbroken. They confuse a woman's presence with her effort. So, how do you flip the script? Simple. You create space for her to invest. You don't carry the entire relationship on your shoulders. You let her contribute. You let her put in the energy. That could be as simple as her planning the next date, checking in on you when you're busy, or supporting your goals without you begging for it. It's her showing up when you need her. It's her calling you when you didn't text first. Those little things might not seem like much, but each one builds her emotional attachment. Here's a scenario to make it real. Jia does everything for the girl. He cancels plans with his friends, spends all his money on her, and texts her non-stop. She never has to lift a finger because he's already doing the work of two people. Guy B, on the other hand, is busy with his purpose. He values her, but he doesn't drop his entire life for her. When they spend time together, she knows she has to meet his standards. She invests, she contributes, and she shows effort. Now, tell me, which guy do you think she'll respect more? Which one do you think she'll fall harder for? Exactly. Guy B, because she's invested in him, not just the other way around. And here's the deeper truth. When a woman invests in you, she's not just proving her loyalty. She's building her own emotional bond. She's wiring her brain to associate her time, her energy, her care with you. That's what makes her love deeper. So, let me ask you, are you letting women invest in you, or are you trying to buy their love with your effort? Are you letting her build that emotional attachment? Or are you carrying it all by yourself? Because here's the truth. A woman who hasn't invested much in you can walk away at any time. But a woman who's built with you, sacrificed for you, and poured into you, that's the one who will fight to keep you. And when you combine this with sign 1, your personality and emotional stability, you've got a foundation that most men will never even come close to. Because the way these two signs work together is the difference between being the guy she forgets and the man she never lets go of.